In this video, I want to show you an exclusive hands-on look at the iPhone 15 design early. I've got all four models in hand, and I want to compare it to last year's iPhone 14, as well as go over the latest leaks and rumors we've been hearing. There's so much to talk about today, so let's start off first with the new design. I know from afar, you might be saying it looks kind of like the iPhone 14. That's a comment I've seen quite a bit. But get a little bit closer, put one in your hand, and you'll notice the differences immediately. Every 3 or so years, Apple does what is known as a super cycle update for the iPhone, where they don't just change a small part of the design, they completely revamp the overall chassis and how it feels in your hand. We saw this in 2017 with the iPhone 10, where the edges were completely round and curved, and a complete change in 2020 with the iPhone 12, where the edges became completely hard and flat. And in 2023 for the iPhone 15s, Apple's basically hitting right in the middle of that. It's almost directly in between squared off and rounded, and in the hand, it feels incredible. I know looking at the images, even looking at some of this video, it doesn't seem like a big change. Like if I grab my iPhone 14 Pro, I can feel the difference immediately. This one's sharper and digs into my hand, and the 15 feels incredible. It's one of those phones you're going to look at and say that looks the same as last year, but the second you touch this, it feels like a new phone. I guess I would call this a squircle design. It's not a circle like the iPhone 11. It's not square like the iPhone 12. It's kind of in between. And Apple's new design language here is not only coming to the iPhone 15 Pros. This is going to be present across all new iPhone 15 models, whether it's the cheapest or the most expensive, which I think is sick because then everybody is getting access to the new language at the same time. I'd also like to note the screen sizes of the 15s this year because they are identical to last year with the 14, two 6.1 to 6.7 inch models. And I basically am here to say that if you are looking forward to the 5.4 inch mini iPhone returning, that's just not going to be the case. Now that being said, as good as the iPhone 15 feels, I still plan on rocking a case, and that's why I want to tell you about Case-Coup, who sponsored today's video. I've been personally rocking Case-Coup's Magic Stand series on my iPhone 14 Pro for a number of months now, and I love how slim and protective they are, but the flagship feature is the Magic Stand, which folds out of the MagSafe ring just like this and allows you to stand your phone up however you'd like. And whenever you're done with the stand, it geniusly folds right back up into the MagSafe ring and gives you a stronger MagSafe connection with this case than you get stock. I've been enjoying my case a lot, and I think you will as well, so check out the link down below in the description for a special offer where you can grab one of these for yourself. Again, thank you to Case-Coup for sponsoring this video and making it possible. Now let's get back to the rest of the iPhone 15. Now admittedly, a lot of the rest of the iPhone 15 design does look pretty similar to the 14s, but take a closer look on the sides and you'll immediately notice that there is going to be a new material here. Now, I don't think it's going to be as reflective as it is on these dummy units, because Apple is said to use titanium, of which I've pictured here in one of our own renders that we've shown you in the past. I just don't think it translated very well on these cheaper plastic mock-ups, but when you actually get to hold titanium in your hand, it is lighter and stronger than the current stainless steel, and it's going to give these Pro iPhones a really nice look, because also built into the side of the iPhone 15 is a completely new button on the Pros, and that is the Fresh Action button, which is actually replacing the mute switch. According to the rumors, this button is going to be fully remappable. You'll be able to press it to go to the camera or turn on the flashlight or double click it to open one of your favorite apps. All of that is going to be possible on the iPhone with a dedicated button for the first time. And speaking of buttons, below that are probably one of the most contentious rumors for the iPhone 15, which is whether or not the volume buttons are going to be redesigned. And where we are sitting right now, these might look a little bit different, but they are not going to have haptic feedback like we had heard. There had been rumors for a super long time that solid state buttons that just felt like you were pressing them but didn't actually move were going to be coming. But based on what I'm hearing right now, yeah, those are physical volume buttons, and pretty much every source in the game said that the haptic ones had been canceled. So expect maybe this look on the Pros, but definitely physical buttons per normal. The biggest change though, and the thing we have been waiting on forever, is with this little guy right here. This is a USB-C cable, and we are about to find out live in this video if there's actually a USB-C port on here or if it is Lightning. And wow. So I've never actually like held the iPhone 15 with the USB-C port. Why did this not happen so long ago? This is amazing. I only have to carry one cable everywhere. I don't have to carry lightning cables around when I travel. I can just bring one cable from my MacBook, my iPad, my new AirPods, my iPhone, my Apple Watch. This is really, really cool. Yeah, I can confirm 100% that not only on the iPhone Pros this year are we getting USB-C, but also standard iPhone 15 as well. that has got a USB-C port on here too. Now, to be clear, Apple is planning to kind of secretly differentiate the two USB-C ports here. Apparently, the iPhone 15 Pros are going to have Thunderbolt data transfer speeds, which will be lightning quick. But the standard iPhone 15s, that USB port will be USB-C, but USB 2.0 still. So like really slow transfer speeds as we have with Lightning. That's going to be left on the non-Pro models. Now, while we're speaking about catches here, I should probably tell you about the new camera systems, which look to be identical between the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. But this year, there is going to be a huge, massive, and a giant differentiation between these two models. On only the iPhone 15 Pro Max, Apple is adding the new periscope zoom lens, which is rumored to have an optical length of more than 6 times, which is double what the current iPhones have. Which really makes me sad as somebody that does not like the Pro size phones. It's just too big to me, and the fact that even in this video, I can't touch the corner, that's not my vibe. I like the standard 6.1 inch size iPhone where I can touch pretty much every corner. But with the Pro Max, not only have you gotten the bigger screen, you've gotten better battery life historically, now the cameras are getting better as well. The standard 6.1 inch iPhone has always been more comfortable and practical for me, so the fact that you're gonna pay $1,000+ for this, and prices are said to be going up this year, and not get all the features, that one is gonna hurt a bit. So that's actually a pretty good overview of the Pro phones. And usually I would end the video by saying, and yeah, you're basically just not getting most of that on the standard models, because that was true for the iPhone 14 series. But this year, I don't know what's changed inside of Apple, but they have really stepped up their game with features for the standard models. You might have noticed this one already, but frosted back glass is coming down from the Pros to the standard models this year. And while that's a small change, it does make the phones feel more premium, and I just love the look on here. I've been tired of glossy, and I'm glad that's going away. Next up, this one is actually huge. Apple is bringing the dynamic island down to the standard iPhone 15s as well. And if you look close on these dummies, you can actually see it visualized below the surface here. The dynamic island was the flagship feature on the 14 Pros this year, so to see Apple bring it down to other models so soon is actually surprising, but it does make sense if Apple wants more people to gravitate to the lower end phones. Because on top of everything else for the standard models, Apple is also rumored to be bringing the same 48 megapixel sensor from the Pros down to these models as well. So while the actual camera setup, the two lenses are not really changing, the resolution and quality of pictures you'll be able to capture on here and getting ProRAW potentially on the non-Pro phones is a huge step forward for the cameras on the regular models. Yeah, Apple's basically completely flipped the script from last year, where the 14s were essentially the 13 again. The 15s have new design, upgraded cameras, USB-C, and dynamic island, all for roughly around $800, which is going to be, I think, a really good value. Oh, and on top of all of that, the iPhone 15 models are also said to be coming in new bright pink and bright blue colors for the first time ever, where Apple is going to be including a more subdued product red color on the Pros. We've actually seen in images what these could look like, and I think that red is going to be stunning. So guys, that's the iPhone 15 design. Now that I have this in hand, I've gotten to spend some actual time with these dummy units. I will tell you what we kind of knew going into it, which is that visually it does look like the iPhone 14. But I'm telling you guys, when you put one of these in your hand, it feels like a new phone. It is that perfect mix between the 11 and the 12 design, and Apple nailed it. Like, this is a cheap dummy unit made of plastic, when this is actually made of titanium or aluminum. This is going to be a good feeling phone, and I think Apple nailed it from what I can feel here. Plus all the other features that are coming, the expansion of the dynamic island, and USB-C. Guys, let's not forget USB-C is coming this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I hope you enjoyed this early exclusive hands-on look. I've been Sam. I will talk to you all in my next video. I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Long outro. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.